If the first woman God ever made was strong enough to turn the world upside down, all alone, these women together ought to be able to turn it back and get it right, side up again. I am not going to die. I'm going home, like a shooting star.
Religion without humanity
is very poor.
human stuff,
Truth is powerful.
and it prevails.
The Lord gave me truth, and I can't keep
It to myself, I feel safe in the midst of,
my enemies, for the truth,
is all powerful.
and will prevail. That little man in black there,
He says women can't have us.
much rights as men cause. Christ wasn't a woman. Where?
Did your Christ come from?
From? God and a woman.
Man had.
Nothing to do with him.
It is the mind that.
Makes the body. I am not afraid to speak. The truth for it is always powerful,
I have borne 13 children,
and seen them most all sold.
off to slavery, and when I cried out with my mothers,
Grief, none but. Jesus heard me.
I am above 80 years old. It is about time for me to
Be going. I have been 40 years a slave and 40 years
free, and would be here.
40 years more to have.
Equal rights for all.
If women want any rights, more than they's got, why don't they just take them, and not be talking about it?
The slaves are free, so are.
The women,
This is a new era.
in history, and the last enemy to be conquered is death.
That man over there says that women need to be
Helped into carriages and lifted over ditches and to have the best place everywhere. Nobody ever helps me into carriages or over mud puddles or gives me any best place.
And ain't I a woman?
Where there is so much racket, there must be something out of kilter.
If it is not a fit place,
For women, it is unfit for men to be there. We do as much,
we eat as.
much we want, as much,
I can't read.
but I can hear.
I have as much muscle as any man, and can do as much work as any man.
I have ploughed and reaped, and husked and chopped, and mowed, and can any
Man do more than that.
It is hard for the old slaveholding spirit to
Die, but die it must. I am glad to see that men are getting their rights, but I want women to get theirs.
and while the water is stirring,
I will step into the pool.
I am not going to die.
I'm going home like a shooting star,
I am for keeping the thing going while things are stirring.
because if we wait till it is still, it will take a great while to get it going again.
I have heard much about the sexes being equal. I can carry as much as any man and can eat as much too, if I can get it.
I feel safe in the midst of
My enemies, for the truth,
is all powerful.
and will prevail.
We should be too big to take offense and
Too noble to give it. The rich rob the poor, and the poor rob one another. The slaves should be
emancipated and
compensated for
their labor. I know that my Redeemer
lives and that he will call.
me from the grave.
There is a great stir about colored men getting their
Rights, but not a word about
the colored women, and if
colored men get their rights, and not colored women theirs. You see, the colored men will be
masters over the women, and it will be just as bad as it was before.
Thank you for watching @quoteinclave.